It's time for our Fantasy Spotlight presented by DraftKings, the official one-day fantasy soccer partner for FC Dallas. Playing is so simple. Pick the best assortment of players under DraftKings' allotted salary cap and fill out your roster. Earn fantasy points when players play well. 10 points for a goal, 6 for an assist. Here are this week's picks. You can play on DraftKings.com's one-day fantasy soccer site for free with a first deposit using promo code Hooper. That's Hooper at DraftKings.com. Welcome back to FC Dallas Extra Time, brought to you by Toyota. FC Dallas is still looking for its first victory over the Houston Dynamo tonight down at BBVA Compass Stadium. For more on this matchup, here are Carter Baum and Daniel Robertson.
Thanks, Gina. Dallas wraps up their 5,100-mile, 3 games in 8 days trek in Houston tonight as they face the Houston Dynamo for the final time in 2016. And despite the most grueling trip of the season for Oscar Pareja's side, he knows this team has the depth and character to come out on a high note.
I have said numerous times, this group is generous, this group is fit, this group is ready to absorb the competition. It's not going to be easy. We knew it. It's not going to get any easier from now on, but we will prepare. I'm still proud of these guys who are doing what is possible to get results and then constantly have done it.
Don't be fooled at the Dynamo spot at the bottom of the Western Conference standings. This is a Houston team playing much better under interim manager Wade Barrett. They haven't allowed more than a goal in any game dating back to June, so Oscar Pareja's side will need to be at their best if they want to stay on top of the Western Conference with a win in Houston.
Well, Dallas and the Houston Dynamo kick off in just a few minutes from BBVA Compass Stadium in Houston, but for now, we'll send it back to Gina.
Thank you, gentlemen. Back with Luchi Gonzalez, FC Dallas Academy Director. It is rivalry week in MLS, and of course, it's Houston hosting FC Dallas. And you look at what Houston has done, Luchi. They have spent the entire season basically at the bottom of the Western Conference. Yet the success they have had is against FC Dallas, the 5-0 win in the second game of the season. A draw here at Toyota Stadium, which is tough for any team to do. I don't want to sound generic, but it's true, right? You cannot overlook any opponent, especially when it's your rival.
No, absolutely. The league was created on this idea of parity. And even though a team like Houston can be lower on the table, they can beat anybody on any given day. So, I know Oscar and his staff are going to prepare this game as if they were playing the top seed. But they're going to recognize that this is an added emotion to this game, and that the Houston fans and the Houston players are going to be very motivated, very amped up, and that's the MLS. That's kind of that defines our league.
I think one of the challenges that Oscar has this week is the fact that this is the third game in 7 days with all that travel. I mean, how Oscar managed his players on Wednesday, how he managed them this week, it's going to be a real interesting plan of attack from my perspective, how he manages them tonight, working with those fresh legs. His backups have been tested over the course of the past week.
No, absolutely. You're managing the physical part with the travel, and you want guys as fresh as possible in this next fixture. But there's also the emotional part, and I'm sure some of those players with maybe some less experience are having to play and get an opportunity, and I'm sure they're going to be very motivated for that.
You look at what FC Dallas has done this year, 45 points on the season, tops in the Western Conference, tops in MLS. What has FC Dallas done so well to stay at the top of the table throughout the year?
I think it starts at the beginning. I think before even the season started, there was a plan. I have the privilege to be around the pro staff in their meetings and in the preseason, in the training field and off the training field, and you just see their preparation before the season even started with the scouting, and then obviously the plan, the physical preparation, the roster management. I think it all starts in that preseason, in the office, before they even get on the field, and I think they just care about all the little details, and they take it 1 week at a time, and I don't think they're going to overlook it too much. I think they're going to just take it one game at a time here in the postseason, And that's I think the key to their success.
All right, Luchi, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us as well here on FC Dallas Extra Time. Our next episode is next Saturday, September 3rd, when FC Dallas hosts Portland. A huge match. Our show starts at 7:30. The game starts at 8. Right now, we invite you to sit back and enjoy the match as FC Dallas takes on the Houston Dynamo, now on TXA 21.